Oh, I am live. I am live. This is very impromptu. Let me see what's going on here. Shh, Penny. I popped this all the way over here. That's probably the way I need to do it. What? Okay. Here I am. I am working on tracing a pattern today. I don't know if anybody's on there. If you are, leave a comment. I don't know who's watching and who's not. It doesn't tell. We have one person watching. Who's watching? Who's watching? I have no idea who's watching. But I'm trying something different today. Hi, my name is Lisa. You're watching One Lisa Show. And I am trying something very different. I am tracing a pattern, and I thought this would be a good test to see how this StreamYard works. So bear with me. I don't know if, let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. And I do have my water here. Penny's here. I'm in our attic. This is our unfinished attic. I'm tracing a pattern. It is a bathing suit. And the pattern is Butterick 4526. And so I'm just tracing some pieces because I want to make it this week. It says my mic is muted, but I have another mic right here above me. So you can hear me. Thank you, Kathleen. I appreciate it. Yay. I'm completely flying blind here. Okay, so I'm working on Butterick 4526. I am going to make version C, which is the one piece without the notch, smack dab in the middle. And I have the pattern pieces. Now, last year I made a swimsuit, and it was a McCall swimsuit. And I did size 18. I went and looked. And since then, I've gained a little weight. So I have decided I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to trace it. I'm going to trace the 20. No, I'm going to trace the 18. Even though it's a little tight, I can still get it on my body. And I'm working towards getting back to losing some weight. So I'm going to start tracing. And although you probably can't see here, and let me see if I can get some of this out of the way. I just want to be able to read my comments too. And in order to do that, I got to wear my glasses. Maybe make the screen bigger. That would be helpful. So I'm going to do this just as long as my laptop and my iPad stay alive, or until dinner, whichever hits first. So this first piece I'm tracing is the gusset. I'm going to make the 18. I keep telling myself I'm torn between the 18 and the 20. I have a McCall's 18 that's a little tight. But this pattern does take into account sizing for the bust. So it has different pieces based on if you're an AB cup or a CD cup. So I'm wondering if I do the 18 with my cup size, if it'll actually fit a little better. One of these days. Kathleen, I made a swimsuit last summer. I used it to the point it fell apart. I am going to sew it up. When I say fell apart, it got a snag in it or something, and it has a rip, and the rip is near the seam. I don't care if it looks good or not. Oh, I didn't even pay attention that this may not have my face, so hold on. I'm going to move this so you all can see my face. There we go. I'm going to start tracing because that's the purpose of me doing this. You'll have to live with seeing my laptop there so I can read the comments as they come through. I made a swimsuit last summer. I wore the snot out of it. And when I say that, I go to the pool quite often with my friends, and which one's the 18? 18. Okay, it's this one. We went to the pool at least twice a week. I use crayon most of the time when I trace a pattern. There are times where I use pencil, but something like this where there is a lot of give, I tend to use crayon. And it also makes it easier for me to see it. The 18 is here. And this is a lining piece for the gusset. So I've made plenty of pairs of underwear, but making my own swimsuit was so much fun. It's not that hard. And if I can get this live stream figured out, I'd probably do it so I can make the swimsuit in front of you guys live, because I kind of am getting bored with just posting about what I make. I do like posting about what I make, but I also was looking for different things to do. And this is what I've come up with. This is pattern 7-piece, size 18. I do need my ruler for the grain line because I'm a good girl. And I'm very concerned about that. I've got my notches. B4526. Cut one lining. This makes it easy for me to see. So I tend to do it in crayon. Okay, I think this is actually the only piece on this whole page because there's so many different versions of this swimsuit. It does come with a cover-up. You get a cover-up. You get, let's change my screen size here. It comes with a cover-up. It comes 2 pieces, 1 piece with a center notch. It actually looks like a fun one. It does have bust darts and different pieces for, like I said, an A and B cup and a C and D cup. We'll see how it turns out. I can tell you. We'll find out how it turns out. So I'm just tracing it. The cover-up or the wrap is what they call it on here. I'm not interested in making it this time. So I'm going to put this over here for now. And this is my attic. This is where I do a lot of sewing, believe it or not. I sew a lot in my attic. Cut my pattern pieces up here. It needs a really good cleaning, but it does the job. It's a huge open space. And Big Daddy got me a really cool thing. It's a Dyson Pure, I forget what it's called, hot and cold, cool and warm. It's a Dyson air purifier, and it has a cool feature and a heater feature. And he got me that for Christmas this last year, and I used it all winter because it does get pretty cold in here in the winter because it is an attic. And it works really great when I'm here. And then I also used it this summer because it gets very hot in the summer. And it worked. It's a huge area. This is a massive, massive unfinished attic area. We're really lucky we have it. It is unfinished. It's unfinished because there's no heat and there's no cooling. We have electricity in here. We have windows in here, but it's completely unfinished. It sits above our garage. So it was basically just a storage, or if we wanted to convert the garage to have like a lift, this was the area that we could dive into. However, we don't have a lift yet, so I have this area. That's why it's unfinished, because it's part of the garage. So I am looking for pattern. This, by the way, I've read all the instructions for this pattern, and I have found it to be very, very confusing. So I'm planning to sew this pattern like I would sew underwear. Bear with me. I think it should be sewn like underwear, and that's how I sewed my last swimsuit, which was fabulous. And by the way, I go to the Y and I swim at the Y, and every time I wear that other bathing suit, that bathing suit I did make, not perfect, but I did make it, I get compliments every time. Every time. So we need piece 4, that is for the front of bathing suit C and D, which is the 2 piece. And as the C and D cups, And labeling the swimsuits A, B, C, D and having cups A, B, C, D, very confusing. That's what I found out with this pattern. Okay, I'm going to turn this around. Bear with me, guys. I'm turning it around. I've got the camera above me, so it does make it hard for me to trace. There we go. I use tracing paper that I get on Amazon. It is pretty nice. And I did not iron this pattern out. So I'm going to kind of hand press it here. I didn't iron it. And I figure this is for a stretch knit. So in my mind, there's a little forgiveness. And then I use pattern weights, so you'll see those pop up here. I notice there is a delay on the screen, and I'm doing an 18. So although I can see it, and the lighting isn't the best tonight, so I apologize. What is everybody, next year I'll definitely make when I have the fabric. Yeah, Kathleen, make a swimsuit. You may really enjoy it. Honestly, the next swimsuit pattern I think I'm going to purchase is the Tilly and the Buttons has a swimsuit. I forget the name of it. Cora, maybe? I feel like it begins with a C, and it's the cutest one-piece swimsuit, and I think it has a two-piece option. I plan to make that one next and splurge on that because I like the options in that bathing suit pattern that I've seen. This one I wanted to try because I got it on sale at Joann's, and it was different than the McCall's one that I made. Now I have bust darts. And my dots. This is where I will use my pencil. I have dots here, and I have a dot here. But I highly suggest trying your hand at a swimsuit. It is not as hard. If you've ever made underwear, panties, you will find that it is very, very similar. 18, 18, 18. Center fold. That's when I get my trusty ruler. What is everybody up to tonight? This is 18. Anybody up to anything fun tonight? Anything on your sewing table or craft table? Anything on your craft table at all? I don't see. Let me see what we got going on here. I'm trying to keep an eye out. This is still 18. That's where I'll have casing. There we go. Cooking dinner and watching football. Oh yeah, there's football, isn't there? I'm sorry, I don't watch football. I used to watch sports when I was younger. I used to watch a lot of sports. I just don't anymore. I kind of I've gone to the dark side of not watching sports. I'm certain Big Daddy is watching the Bears game if it's on at this point. He's watching something. I was out. Oh, cut out the Melody Dolman. And the Metro. Kathleen, how much sewing do you do? Do you do a lot of sewing? You cut 2 things out at once? When do you think you'll have those done if you cut them out today? Are you someone that cuts a lot of projects at once? Batch cuts? Or do you do like one thing at a time? When would those be done? I think that Melody Dolman is supposed to be pretty easy. I haven't made it yet. Okay, that is my front. This is piece 4. Size 18. Okay, what do we got next? That was my front with the C&D cup. Now I need the back. Now I have to look around here and find the back so I could trace that. Back. And there we go, back. Hang with me. Now I need to find the back. And it looks like it's right here. A, B, C, D, back. I have the lining, I have the front, I have the back, and then I need the bra. This one comes with a bra for this, a bra insert. And I like to batch cut, but my plan is to have them done by the weekend. Oh yeah, that's cool. That gives you something to look forward to while you're throughout the week. I'm hoping I will have some time this week to do a little sewing. And usually when the last swimsuit I made, I was able to whip it out in probably like 2 hours, not from cutting to finish, but from it already being cut to finish. I was able to whip it out in about 2 hours. And I think a lot of that is because I have made so many panties and bras. I do make most of my own. I haven't bought panties or bras. I also like to quilt. Been busy working on some quilting projects as well. I am learning quilting and I'm self-teaching, and only by hit and miss, like what I'm just working on and seeing what happens with it. Like what I need to do is go take a class. But I am watching a lot of YouTube videos on quilting, and that's how I'm learning about quilting. And I'm liking it. Don't get me wrong. I have one quilt that I have it sandwiched, and all I have to do is finish the basting. That's my very first quilt, and I'm enjoying that. I'm hand basting that because I don't understand how to do it on my one little brother sewing machine. Okay. So this is the back, and then I just have to do my bra lining. And that's it. And then I can cut these pieces out. Pretty simple. There we go. I feel like swimsuits should be pretty forgiving. So I'm not being too particular here. I should have sharpened my crayon. Sometimes I use colored pencil. It just makes it easier to look at what you're cutting and when you're cutting the fabric out. That's for me. Everybody does it their own way, but not having this one sharpened has not been easy right now. But like I said, I look at it as making one giant pair of underwear. And I did read the instructions, and the instructions made no sense to me. That's 18. Oh, by what Kathleen says, that's how I learned it, just by watching videos from quilting. And that's, I've been watching, I watched Missouri Star Quilt Company. I watched Just Get It Done Quilts. I like both of them a lot. I watch The Last Homely House, which I absolutely adore her. And I get a lot of nuggets from her, life nuggets. Okay. This is a fold, which I kind of know. And this is piece 2, size 18. Okay, next up is my bra insert, and then I can cut these out. Now, where's that bra piece? It might be on that other, I don't think it is on the other one. Here we go again. Bra, CD. Will that fit over here? Maybe. Let me see. I'm kind of butchering this pattern. I should have just, no, it will not fit over there. But what will fit is if I just do this. Start my cutting. Okay. Move this over. This bra. Well, I'm glad. Who is playing for the football teams? What football are you watching? What game? I lost my bra piece. Here it is. Bra, C and D cup, cut 1 on fold. Got it. Now I can move this over. Put this right here in the middle. Hopefully Kathleen heard me. Who's playing? I don't even know. Your split screen is working great. Oh, thanks. Good. Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, Kathleen, are you near there? Are you, is that your state, your closest team, or do you live somewhere outside of there? I'm curious. We live near Chicago. I know Big Daddy watches the Bears. I used to watch the Bears. I'm not against them. I just like to be alone in my sewing space. And today is a day where I am not making dinner. So it is not my dinner day. I didn't make dinner yesterday either. We're having kind of leftovers. We are having taco salad tonight because Big Daddy made taco meat last night and we had lots of tacos. Yes, West St. Louis. Oh, cool. Yeah, see, I was wondering if that's how most of the time it is for people because we live by Chicago, so we root for the Bears. Now, Big Daddy's grandmother loved the Indianapolis Colts. She was a huge Peyton Manning fan when she was alive. But we are in Indiana, so I understand why she likes the Colts. So we get a lot of people like the Colts over here. We have a lot of people like the Bears, and we have a lot of people that like the Green Bay Packers. Those are our common teams here that people root for. And then there's the odd man out that always likes something different. Yeah, so we're having taco salad tonight. So this morning I went to the store and bought iceberg lettuce for our taco salad. And we had everything else already. So pretty simple. This is a 2018. Here's my 18. Here it is. If this was something that was all princess seams, woven fabric, I would be so much more concerned with how I am tracing and or will be cutting out this fabric for this. And if it's tight, which I anticipate it to be a little tight, I will know for the next one. I would really like to just cut this pattern, but if the chance that I can use this again, as I am hopefully losing weight, because I'm really trying. P6 bra, CD, cut one lining. Size 18, B4526. Those are my pieces. Those are my pieces. So now I can cut my pieces out and refold this. And I'm going to set it over here for now because I'll refold it later. That's a pain in the butt. I don't need to do that in front of you guys. Now I'm just cutting my pieces. The best part of quilting, and I don't think, I'm hoping, my daughter was living in Chicago but has now moved across the pond. We loved going to Chicago by train. Oh my gosh. When I was in my 20s, I would go, there's a train that goes from Northwest Indiana to Chicago. It's called the South Shore. And my sister and I, we both had the day off of work. We were young. She's younger than me. And sometimes my other sister would come with too. But mostly it would be me and my youngest sister. We would hop on that South Shore and we would just go. It wasn't in my 20s. I was younger than 20s, I want to say. Because when I was 22, I was working downtown and I would take the train a lot, South Shore, to go downtown to work. Yeah. It was a lot of fun. The train is a lot of fun. Now that I'm older, if I had to go to Chicago every day, I probably would take the train. I feel it's very safe. That's me. But I will say my horror story of the Chicago L, which is the elevated train. How old was I? This was probably in 2002, maybe somewhere around 2002. I had a friend an acquaintance friend, yeah. He had his neck slit on when he was on the train. Granted, he was probably very drunk coming home from a Chicago Cubs game. And it was not the commuter train, the South Shore, that I would usually take. It was the Chicago, the elevated trains, the L. And I can't remember if it was the red line or the blue line. But he was on one of them, and he got his neck slit from here all the way here. And he said he did survive. He said he did not. When I saw him after it happened, he said he did not know what was happening. It just happened. He didn't remember any pain or anything like that. he woke up and he was in a hospital. Like when he came to, he was in a hospital. So his neck was sliced all the way like this. And he did live. And it happened on the L. And I don't know if he was drunk and provoked somebody. I don't know. He's a lively guy. And granted, this was 22, 23 years ago. He's a very fun person, a lively guy, was in his early 20s at the time. It made the news. And my mom had pointed it out. And that's how I found out, because my mom pointed out, this was before the Facebook and social media. She had saw it on the news and said, "Don't you know somebody that's named that? They're from Indiana." And oh my gosh. So he's alive and well. And but yeah, there has been known to have some crime issues out there. Now, was that at 2 a.m? I don't even know what time it was when that happened, and I'm not knocking, because I have ridden the L many times. Yeah, it was pretty scary. But nowadays, now that I'm older, I would hop on the L anytime, actually, still today, if I go in downtown and I want to go from one place to another and I don't want to move my car. I have no qualms about that. I actually don't particularly feel comfortable just grabbing an Uber here or there if I know my way around and I know the train system. And I kind of know some of Chicago's train system. Granted, it's been a long time. But yeah, anyway, that's my story on that. Where's my other pieces? Penny. Penny's here, but she just wants attention. She doesn't like me talking to a computer. Oh, you can see her. There's Penny. Right? Yes. Are you going to let me? She's ate dinner. It's not even time to go OUT for her POTTY. But she is here, and she doesn't like me giving attention to other things. And you guys are other things right now. Penny, move. So she's on my pattern pieces that I just traced and put on the floor. So this should be a pretty simple pattern, because sewing project, because it is a matter of 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. This is under 5 pieces. And if you ever watch Creativity by T, Talisha, she loves doing sewing projects for items that are under 5 pieces. And this is, we'll see how it turns out. I am interested in how the bust starch will feel. And I put my own shelf bra in the last swimsuit I made. It did not have a shelf bra pattern piece or instructions. I just went for it and did it. And I think it worked pretty good. The fabric I got for this swimsuit was from knitfabric.com, and I'm really excited about it. It is a very firm, stretchy fabric. It's very firm. So I anticipate this is going to be tight on me no matter what. And we've been on for 33 minutes. I don't know how much longer the camera above me will be lasting, because it is not plugged in. But that's all right. We'll just go in till I finish this or done with that. I kind of want to be a little bit more regular, and I had thought I always do something sewing on Sunday evenings. That's usually when we do a very easy dinner. If we do a dinner where we have, like we call it Sunday stew, where we either do a leftover of some sort, like tonight's easy. It's also super hot here, and so this is an easy kind of meal, taco salad. But come winter, I'll put something in the crock pot, or we'll have something simmering through the day. I know, Penny. You saw Penny. Yes, she is very sweet. She's right at my feet right now, just sniffing. I don't know why she's sniffing, but she is. So we usually do Sunday stew is what we call it. And then it's nice home cooked meal, but usually it's something that I can set it and forget. And in that case, I also usually try to get some sewing done on Sundays. Sundays, I work very infrequently. If I do work, it's an open house, and maybe I do one open house a month. Sometimes I do more, but then I reserve those other days for like a Saturday. Anyway, that being said, some of these scraps are really big, so I'm going to save some of this tracing paper to use for other projects, because you never know. Sometimes it's very helpful to have just a scrap. So I was wondering if I should try doing live streams on Sunday afternoon. That's when I'm usually sewing. Yep. I will definitely be holding on to that strap because it's nice and big. Nice big piece. You know how when you're making a shirt or something where there's interfacing pieces, and you're always looking, I mean, having nice big scraps of tracing paper is perfect for interfacing pieces because you can always usually fit them on those scraps. And these are my paper scissors. Paper. Can you see? That's paper. But Sunday we usually watch some QVC. Sunday is for church. Prepping for a good week. And relaxing. And penny time. Lots of penny time. Okay, down to my last piece here. And like I said, this, I am not too worried about being exact on it because it is a knit. And it's also going to be tight on me because it is a swimsuit. Swimsuits are not usually loose on us. So I got a nice piece of scrap. And I have my pattern pieces right here. And shelf bra. Pretty simple. I do need to make sure I have enough elastic. And I need to find my swimsuit fabric, fold up those pattern pieces, and I think that's about it. So thanks for joining me for this first go at a live stream using the double cameras. Oh, and your dinner's ready. Oh, hi, Diana. Well, my dinner's ready. Can't wait to see your finished product. Have a wonderful night. Nice chatting with you. Thanks, Kathleen. It was nice chatting with you, and I'm glad I was able to see that screen. That's why I need my glasses. Diana, I just finished cutting out a bathing suit pattern, a butterick bathing suit pattern, and that was where I was going to end it. It's 5:35. I hope everybody's doing good in the world, and I think I'm going to try to do this more often on Sunday late afternoons when I'm usually most active sewing on my own, and set up my machine here and start doing some live streaming of sewing on projects because I don't do very well with making tutorials, but I think that's kind of my nature is to do a tutorial. It's just the editing and how time consuming it is. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it today. Have a great evening. Check me out next Sunday. I'm going to try my best to be here. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night. Thanks for watching and just chatting with me while I cut out my pattern pieces. Bye-bye.